Dear students, Jai Hind and very good morning. Welcome back to our e-learning session. And today, dear student, the topic which we are going to discuss in today's lecture, the topic itself is a very vast concept of biology where many scientists, many biologists of the world have worked a lot to understand the real process of evolution. They have tried their best to understand the process of evolution. They even tried to understand how, which are those real factors which give rise to new species from the existing species on the earth. How the new species generated, or how some of the remarkable changes took place in already existing species. Many experiments were done by various biologists of the world. Understand and sum, sum up of all the experiment come understand in front of us as a topic of speciation, which we are going to discuss today. This topic is actually the topic of speciation is actually an estimation of experiment and observations recorded by various scientists of the world. Understand? So, dear student, today in chapter number 9, okay, that is heredity. In this chapter number 9, heredity and the topic of evolution, you are attending today lecture number 5, where we are going to target one topic today, and that is very, in fact, I must say that the topic is very important but needs to be understood in detail, because the title of the topic itself, let me write the title. The title of the topic, that is topic 9.4. Understand what is the title of the topic? The title of the topic is speciation. Dear student, please try to note down one very important thing. When I say speciation, that means you don't consider it a common term like some special is going to be happen. No, this particular word speciation conveys a biological meaning. How speciation means the topic to understand how new species must have generated from the existing species of living organism available on the earth. Now, dear student, try to understand a very important theory here. If you can remember, in our one lecture, I have taken the topic of evolution, how the process of evolution take place in beetle population, if you can remember. If you can remember that example of evolution, where it was a example to explain the essence of evolution, where if you can remember, they have given some red beetles are feeding on green bushes, if you can remember that. And there were three options we discussed, that in the red beetles which are feeding on the green bushes are easily visualized by crow and can be eaten up. But if some minor variation take place, that out of the 12 red beetles, if one beetle shows some genetic changes and show green color, so what is going to happen? This beetle which has red color, so it happened that there were 12 red beetles and one saw a minor variable characteristic. Now, this beetle, which saw minor variable characteristic of red color, is going to reproduce. So it happened that in that population of beetle, red colored beetles grow more and more in numbers, because green colored beetles will increase in number more and more. Red beetles will be continue to be eaten by the crow, but not the green one. So that can happen, that it gave rise to a new beetle population, understand, having green color. So that actually the color change, as I told you at that time, gave a minor survival advantage, and that is actually the essence of evolution. That minor variation is going to give you survival advantage if you know that second option, that by chance if elephant stamp, understand, and will destroy, right, all red one and the blue will survive. That is also by chance a process of changes of variable characteristic and survival. Understand the third one, if you know that the red beetles are feeding, understand, on green bushes, and due to some natural climatic factor, that it happens that the plant leaves, understand, become smaller, and the beetles which feed on the green leaf does not get enough feeding. So the next beetle generation is going to be weaker, understand. But the moment again the green bushes blossom, they again get enough nutrition and give rise to the beetle population already existing. Now, dear student, that topic of evolution which we discussed, in that first two options gave the survival advantage to the beetles. Understand? And the beetle population grew. But when we are studying, dear student, the topic of speciation, it is totally different from that. No doubt that topic which we have discussed can be called micro evolution. This particular word you should understand, dear student, that can be called micro evolution. Understand? And this micro evolution means a minor changes, just a simple color variation gave rise to the new generation of beetles. So that explanation in that particular lecture which we took does not ensure any way to explain the process of macroevolution. These two words, dear student, are very, very contrasting. Macroevolution. What does this word mean? This particular word, this, this microevolution word relates to that topic which we discussed, which actually just gave us an idea how color variation occur and natural selection play a role in generating new generation of beetles with some color advantage and survival advantage, but that minor color variation does not any way gives us an idea how new species will be generated. Macroevolution is a process of understanding how new species were generated. How new species were generated, okay, from existing species. And that's the real topic of speciation. In the topic of speciation, what we are going to study is a very, very important fact. How new species of living organism were generated. Suppose, dear student, in that example, we were just thinking of a smaller beetle population. But suppose if you want to understand the topic of speciation, just try to understand the topic itself is full of biological terms to understand. But we just have to try to understand this particular topic, how the new species were generated from the existing species. Because still today, when you say that there are so many biodiversities observed around the world on the earth, Now, the question may arise in the mind of even any common man that how such a biodiversity took place. So, when because so many types of insects, birds, animals, and as you all know, we have been noticing so many new microorganisms. When we heard about coronavirus, never understand, but these new species are coming to our notice. So, dear student, if such a simple question arises in the mind of a common man, that how such biodiversity must have uh, realized, understand on the earth. So why don't this question understand strike to the mind of the biologists of the world who are themselves engaged in this business of studying the process of evolution? So actually the scientists of the world tried their best to make us understand the process of speciation. How can we try to understand the process of speciation? Understand? Just try to understand, dear students. Suppose there is a very huge mountain range. Just try to understand. Suppose we are trying to study the process of macro evolution and speciation. Suppose, dear student, a very huge mountain range, suppose, and green bushes are found everywhere. They are actually spread on a large mountain range. Green bushes, a huge mountain range, and green bushes are spread over this huge mountain range. So obviously, large beetle population must be existing on this. Suppose, dear student, some beetle population is here, some beetle population is here, some beetle population are here. I am just trying to make you understand the process of evolution. See, dear student, I have shown you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 subpopulation of beetles. Now, what is going to happen? In all this subpopulation, there are beetles who feed on the green leaves, okay? And as you know, beetles do not travel so far. So, what is going to happen? That beetle in one subpopulation are going to feed in these nearby areas only, and they are not going to travel far and reach to the other subpopulation. So, what you will see, dear student, is that subpopulation of beetles are existing on these wide mountain ranges, and they are locally feeding and surviving, understand, rather than traveling so far. Now, what is going to happen, dear student? This also happens among us also. If I just mention, dear student, we have heard about, suppose if you just if you explore the Amazon forest, there are also subpopulation of humans which are living in that particular area of Amazon monsoon forest, but they don't even come in contact of each other. Different cultures, different language they speak, different rituals they follow. Now, if this happens still today among this subpopulation of human being only, so that is going to, when we have such a strong communications today, so this is obviously going to happen between the beetle population. Now, what is going to happen, dear student? Beetle population in one subpopulation are going to remain in this particular area only. They are throughout their lifetime continue to feed in this particular local areas only. And obviously, reproduction between male and female beetle will also take place in the local subpopulation. Understand, this is going to happen, so each subpopulation grow large in number successively. Understand? Now, dear student, sometime occasionally it can happen that there may be some male may travel from one population to another. It can happen, dear student. Understand? ऐसे भी होते हैं ना. Understand? Some mischievous students, like some male, just try to understand a very important process. Just now I told you, we consider it subpopulation 1, this is 2, just to make you understand the process. Just now I told you, suppose we consider subpopulation 3. Beetles in this population throughout their lifetime will remain there, will grow in number, will locally reproduce with each other. Understand? But, dear student, if it happened, which we can call a gene flow or genetic drift, suppose a male from one subpopulation, suppose it travel so far and reach to another subpopulation. It may happen by nature, because nature wants some new things to happen. Sometime it may happen that, as you know, crow feed on beetle. Some crow, understand, pick up some beetles, understand, travel to another subpopulation and leave the male beetle there without eating up. Question may arise in our mind, how can it happen that crow pick up a male beetle from one subpopulation does not eat? But that's a process which cannot be answered, because the nature rules on us. We don't rule on nature. Nature has its own rule. When nature wants that this is going to happen, will happen. So, by chance, if male from one subpopulation travel to another, and here it reproduces, male from, I can write male from 3 and female from 4. Now, if they reproduce definitely. Actually, what must have happened, dear student, since a long time? Long means we are not talking of 2, 3 years, we are talking of millions of years because it's a process of biological evolution that this population which grew in number and they reproduce with each other only, they haven't by chance went to the other subpopulation, but by chance if it occurs, then after such a long time, what is going to happen? That if a male from this fuse with the female of this subpopulation, it will give rise to new progeny, no doubt, but the new progeny, dear student, might be with some variations. You may ask me a question, how this variation? So see, dear student, visually in front of you, why we and the red Indian, which we call West Indian, are different. We all are human population ultimately, though. Then also our physical stature, our hair structure, our skin complexion are different. Understand? So this is going to happen. And one West Indian girl, if marry an Indian boy, the child which is going to be produced will have some mixed characteristic. Ultimately, so we all are humans only. So this is also going to happen. That if this you can call a crossbreeding, the word is different, but if this happen, a new progeny is developed. Understand? And this process, now when new progeny which is developed is going to be mature and reproduce again and again and will give rise to a totally new population of beetles here. You understood, dear student? Now what happens? A totally new population of beetles, understand, is going to arise here. So this is called a process of gene flow or genetic flow, and this process of genetic flow is also going to make some changes either in DNA or in number of chromosome, dear student. So you can't compare now these two as a similar beetle population. There is some variation. So this process of gene flow or genetic drift has created a new population of beetle here. Now, dear student, one very important factor, as you all know, our earth, our planet undergoes so many tectonic changes every now and then. Once there were deserts, there were oceans. So, by chance, if some tectonic changes take place, dear student, and by chance, suppose this particular geographical location and here arise a huge river, suppose. So now what happened, dear student? Already we all know that there was already a genetic drift which has created a new species. Oh, sorry. कहाँ कर दिया मैंने? यहाँ करना है. We just want to understand this too, not this one. Okay, because we targeted those two subpopulation. Okay, here I want to create that. Suppose by chance genetic drift has already taken place, but by chance suppose some geographical changes and a river, understand, happens to be here. Now genetic drift has already, my dear student, has created a new species of beetles. And this geographical factor have isolated both this population forever. Now this geographical factor also played a role in just differentiating and separating the two populations. And it happens so that these two populations are never going to come in contact of each other. It is never going to happen. So that causes what, dear student? Even one genetic drift has taken place, and these two are now with different genetic variation, but this geographical factor has created an isolation between these two subpopulation to such a level that they even at one point of time, or by chance if they come in contact, they are not able to reproduce. So dear student, when two beetle population originally were similar, by genetic drift and some isolated geographical factor, are not going to even reproduce with each other. That means, dear student, these two are totally new species of living organism now. Understand? So this way, new species came into existence. Understand? Because when the reproduction is isolated between the two species, it is totally going to be a different species of living organism. Like if I just now gave you an example, if one human cannot reproduce with the people living in other region in the world, that means we are drastically is going to be a different species. So this way, dear student, new species got created by which factor? By gene flow, by genetic drift, and some geographical factor also played a very important role in creating a new species. And this is the way, dear student, new species must have came into existence on our planet Earth. Now, one more factor, dear student, I want to discuss with you is isolated reproduction. Suppose, try to understand two population of beetle. Understand? Suppose both are red beetles population. Suppose it happen that maybe in these two subpopulation, understand, actually the beetles are fed upon by crow. Suppose in one subpopulation, dear student, crows are eaten up by eagles. So number of crows will reduce. Here suppose red and green beetles both are feeding here. Now by chance it happened that the number of crow reduced. That means the green beetle, no doubt the red are eaten, but the green beetle will grow in more number. But here suppose it happened that in subpopulation the number of crows are similar, not eaten by eagle. So actually here the red beetles are going to be eaten up. Now dear student, suppose in one population natural selection only green beetles survived, and in one population suppose only red beetles survived. If it happened, dear student, that some genetic variation, change in DNA take place, understand, in any one subpopulation, and it happened, dear student, that red beetle will not reproduce with the green beetles, means the red male will not like to reproduce with the green female, and this drift natural selection will also give rise to a new species of beetles. So dear student, just to make you understand how the new species of living organism are created, how and which are playing an important role in that. So the important role will be played, understand, by gene flow, genetic drift, to mention and to be more precise. At the same time, natural selection and some geographical factor is also going to play a very important role. Understand? So this is the way, dear student, speciation is a process to understand the macroevolution, which simply means which are those factors which must be giving rise to new living organism. I must say, dear student, we are going to study in the next lecture that all mammals, we all are mammals, human being, tiger, elephant, lion, understand, whale, cow, buffalo, frog, we all are mammals. And we all are vertebrates, that means we all, even amphibian, reptile, we all, understand, we all have arrows from the common ancestor. Definitely. But are we able to reproduce with each other? Understand? No. Why? Because all we belong to the mammal family. Then also we are not able to reproduce with each other because of the genetic drift, genetic changes which took place in us. So the similar thing happens between the two subpopulations. Minor change in the DNA or the number of chromosome will give rise to a two new species, understand, which never going to reproduce with each other forever. And this will also give rise to a totally new two new species of living organism. Okay, dear student. So if somebody asks you which are those factors which play an important role in process of speciation, so which you will mention, gene flow, geographical factor, and reproductive isolation, which is also going to understand, create a new species. Now, dear student, some questions are also in textbook. And the question is, are geographical factor responsible for creating new species in those plants which adopt self pollination? Obviously not, because self pollination means the fusing of the germ cell with the same plant. So, no, it is not going to give rise to any new species. At the same time, this geographical barrier are also not going to create a new speciation in the existing living organism who are engaged in asexual reproduction, because gene flow require fusing of male and female gametes. Understood, dear student? So this is the process of speciation. Dear student, the process of organic evolution is quite difficult to understand, because some biological terminology understand needs to be understood, right? Complicated topic it looks a little bit, but scientists of the world tried their best to answer us how the new species must have arose. Okay, in the next lecture we are going to study the topic of evolution and classification in detail. Okay.